He didn't just break my heart when he left. He left behind a woman I didn't recognize. Stronger. Softer. Wiser. Sadder. And it took me 2 years on a park bench, alone, watching the same sunset we used to watch together, to finally understand something that changed everything I believed about love. It was never just about him. It was about who I became because of him. And if you've ever loved someone who reshaped you from the inside out, this story is for you. Stay with me till the end. And don't forget to subscribe. My name doesn't matter. What matters is this place. I come here almost every evening now. Same spot. Same wooden bench facing the water. I watch the sun sink into the sea like it's rehearsing for tomorrow, and I let myself remember. Not because I'm stuck. Not because I haven't moved on. But because some memories deserve to be visited, not buried. Tonight, I brought an old journal with me. Leather worn soft at the corners. Pages yellowed like old photographs. A dried rose pressed between 2 pages that still, somehow, smells faintly of the garden where he first gave it to me. I opened it to a random page, and there it was, in my own handwriting from years ago. Thank you for everything. Just 4 words. A heart drawn underneath them. And a photograph, tucked into the crease, 2 silhouettes walking hand in hand on a beach, the sky behind them bleeding orange and gold. I stared at that photo for a long time. Longer than I meant to. Because that photo isn't just a memory of him. It's a photo of who I used to be. And who I became. Before I knew him, I was careful. Guarded. The kind of woman who kept people at arm's length, because it hurt less that way. I didn't believe in the one. I believed in survival. In independence. In never needing anyone enough that their absence could break me. Then he walked in messy curly hair, a laugh that came too easy, and this unbearable habit of looking at me like I was the only interesting thing in the room. I remember the night we first got close. Foreheads touching. Both of us smiling like idiots, too nervous to kiss, too happy to stop smiling. I remember thinking, this is dangerous. This man is going to change something in me. I was right. I just didn't know how right. Because love, real love, doesn't just add butterflies to your stomach. It rearranges your entire architecture. It teaches you how to be vulnerable again. How to apologize first. How to sit in silence with someone and not feel the need to fill it. He didn't try to change me. That's the strange part. He just loved me exactly as I was, and somehow, being loved that completely made me want to become someone even better. Slowly, without either of us noticing, I started changing. I became more patient, because he taught me that love isn't about winning arguments, it's about understanding people. I became braver, because he held my hand through things I used to face alone. I became softer, because for the first time, I didn't have to armor myself against the person standing next to me. I learned how to forgive small things, instead of collecting them like ammunition. I learned how to say, I was wrong, without it feeling like defeat. I learned that real strength isn't in never needing anyone, it's in choosing to need someone and trusting them not to break you. We built a whole life out of ordinary moments. Grocery runs that turned into dance parties in the kitchen aisle. Late night walks where we solved all the world's problems and forgot most of the solutions by morning. Sunsets, like this one, where we didn't need to speak at all. I used to think love was about finding someone who completes you. He taught me love is about finding someone who reveals you the parts of yourself you didn't know were there, buried under years of self-protection. But this isn't a story about forever. Because forever isn't what happened to us. Life pulled us in different directions. Distance. Timing. The kind of slow fading that doesn't come with a dramatic fight, just a quiet realization that two people who love each other can still be wrong for each other's season. The day he left, I didn't cry right away. I just sat there, numb, staring at the door like it might open again if I waited long enough. It didn't. The grief that came after wasn't just about missing him. It was about mourning the version of myself I had built beside him, wondering if she would disappear too, now that he was gone. For months, I looked in the mirror and felt like a stranger. I kept waiting to go back to who I was before him. Guarded. Careful. Untouched. But something strange happened. I didn't go back. The woman he helped me become, she stayed. Even after he left, the growth remained. The patience remained. The courage remained. He was gone, but the fingerprints he left on my character never faded. That's when it hit me, right here, watching this same sunset. I wasn't grieving the loss of a man. I was grieving the loss of a chapter, while somehow still carrying forward everything that chapter taught me. He didn't just love me. He changed me. Permanently. Irreversibly. In ways that have nothing to do with whether we're still together. And that's when gratitude quietly replaced the ache. Because here's the truth nobody tells you about heartbreak: not every ending is a tragedy. Some endings are simply proof that the love did exactly what it was supposed to do. It grew you. It healed parts of you. It prepared you for a life even he couldn't have imagined for you. I picked up my pen that night and wrote in the journal, right beneath that old photograph. Not just the love, but the person I became. Because that's what I want to remember. Not the loss. Not the empty side of the bed. But the transformation. The becoming. If you're listening to this and you're still hurting over someone who once meant the entire world to you, I want you to hear this clearly. You are allowed to grieve them. And you are also allowed to thank them. Both things can be true at once. You can miss a person and still recognize that they left you better than they found you. That's not weakness. That's the quiet, complicated math of real love. Maybe they didn't stay. Maybe the story didn't end the way you planned it in your head back when you were young and certain about forever. But if they taught you how to love more bravely, forgive more freely, or simply believe you're worth loving, well, then some part of that love is still alive in you. Living in the way you show up for the next person. The way you show up for yourself. You changed more than my heart. You changed how I see love. How I see myself. How I move through this world. And for that, thank you. For everything. If this story touched something in you, if you've ever loved someone who changed the very shape of who you are, I want to hear about it. Drop a comment below and tell me, who was the person who changed you the most? You don't need their name. Just tell me what they taught you. And if this video moved you even a little, hit that subscribe button right now, because I share stories just like this one every single week. Real, raw, emotional stories about love, loss, and the quiet ways people transform us forever. Give this video a like if you believe that even painful love can leave something beautiful behind. And share it with someone who needs to hear tonight that heartbreak isn't the end of your story sometimes. It's just the proof of how far you've grown. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next story.